ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिक्षीदसादनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती दीनामवित्रयवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरः ॐ ओं श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां श्रीकण्ठाराध्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां सदाशिवं शिवां स्कन्दं केशवं पद्मसम्भवं नन्दीश्वरं कुम्भयोनिं भरद्वाजात्रिगौतमान् नमोऽस्तु गुरवे नित्यं श्रीकण्ठशिवयोगिने श्रुतिसारशिवविशिष्टाद्वैतपरभाष्यविदायिने ददीचिमुपमन्युञ्च मार्कण्डेयं पराशरं श्वेताचार्यं तच्छिष्यं नीलकण्ठशिवाह्वयं जगद्गुरु श्रीरेणुकाचार्य मङ्गलं देहि प्रभो त्रैलोक्यसम्पदालेख्यसमुल्लेखनभित्तये सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय शिवाय ब्रह्मणे नमः यामाकुक्सर्वलोकानां प्रकृतिं शास्त्रपारगाः तां धर्मचारिणीं शम्भोः प्रणमामि परां शिवाम् अमृतार्थं प्रपन्नार्तां यासु विद्याप्रदायिनी अहर्निशमहं वन्दे ताम् ईशानमनोरमां साम्ब शिवाय नमः. So thank you all for joining. So yesterday we saw some great Maharshis had glorified Lord Shiva and how they surrendered to Mahadeva and how they obtained immortality. So the Maharshis themselves explained it to Yudhishthira. So because the conversation initially starts off, if you remember the first conversation that started, it was Yudhishthira who asked about Lord Shiva to Bhishma, and Bhishma expresses his incapability of glorifying Mahadeva, and he directs the Pandavas to Krishna, and Krishna starts glorifying Lord Shiva, how he met Upamanyu Maharshi and how he got the Shiva Diksha directly from Upamanyu Maharshi, how Upamanyu had the vision of Lord Shiva, and how Krishna also had the vision of Lord Shiva and acquired various boons, and various other Maharshis like Dandi, Parashara, Vyasa, Mandavya, Garga, Brihaspati, Bhrigu, Jamadagni, Parashurama, etc., etc., etc. All these Maharshis had the vision of Mahadeva and acquired various boons and acquired immortality. So, now moving on. So, we'll be continuing from yesterday's session. Mandavya uvacha achauraschaurashankayam shule bhinno hyaham tada tatrastena stuto devah प्राहमां वै नरेश्वर मोक्षं प्राप्स्यसि शूलाच्च जीविष्यसि समार्बुदम्. So Mandavya, there was a great rishi, the great sage named Mandavya Maharshi, and he explains to Yudhishthira how he, in former times, he was wrongly suspected of theft. He was people started like Dharmaraja had wrongly suspected him of theft, and then he was impaled, and so that was a terrible punishment that he received, and Mahadeva, he surrendered to Mahadeva, he adored the illustrious Lord Shiva. And then Mahadeva granted him the boons. Ruja Shula Krita Chaiva Nate Vipra Bhavishyati Adi Birvya Dibishchaiva Varjitastvam Bhavishyasi. So you will be freed of this impalement. Whatever punishment that you received from Dharmaraja, you will be freed from that. Don't worry. And then you will live for a very long time. You will live for millions of years. And then the pangs of the pain that you suffered from the impalement will not be yours. So Mahadeva reverses the curse, and also you will not suffer from any kind of old age or disease, any kind of affliction or disease. Pada chaturtat sambhuta atma yasman mune tava tvam bhavishyas yanupamo janma vai safalam kuru tirtabhishekam sakalam tvama vignena chapsyasi swargam chaivakshayam vipra vidadami tavorjitam. And he says, Mandavya, O Mandavya Maharshi, Lord Shiva says, you have actually originated from the fourth foot of Dharma, because Dharma is said to have 4 foot, so like 4 feet. and then you have originated from the 4th foot of Brahma. So you will be unrivaled. You will be, no one will match you on the Bhuloka. On the earth, no one will be able to match you when it comes to following the dharmic principles. And your life will be fruitful. And you will get the credit of bathing in all the sacred waters in the earth. So this reminds me of the Kalagni Rudra Upanishad, where it says, Sarveshu Tirteshu Snato Bhavati. Just by applying the Bhasma, the holy ashes on the body, one gets the benefit of worshipping all the other devatas like Brahma, Vishnu and Indra, and Sarveshu Tirteshu Snato Bhavati. One gets the benefit of taking bath in all the holy tirthas around the universe. So that's the glory of applying the Bhasma on the body and also on the forehead. And then after, you leave your body, you will go back eternally. You will come back to me eternally. You will spend you will eternally be with me in Parakailasha for unending time. Because Parakailasha is not bound by any, it is not bound by time or space. So you will get eternal residence in my place, and you will be with me eternally. So that's the boon that Mahadeva gives to Mandavya Maharshi. And then Eva Muktva Bhagavan Varenyo Vrishabhahanaha Maheshwara Maharaja Krittivasa Mahadyutihi Sagano Daivata Shreshtas Tatraivan Taradiyata. So Mandavya says this, shares this to Yudhishthira. So this is what was told by Bhagavan Maheshwara, who is Vrishabhahanaha. Ambikapatir Ishanaha Pinaki Vrishabhahanaha Eko Rudrah Param Brahma Purushaha Krishna Pingalaha. Vayaviya Samhita of Shiva Mahapurana, second section, talks about this mantra. Vrishabhahanaha. So he is the bull represents Dharma, and Mahadeva's Vahanam itself is that bull. So he is the Lord of Dharma. So Vrishabhahanaha, that Bhagavan Maheshwara, who actually rides on the bull, and who is also described as Maheshwara, the great Lord, Maharaja. He is the king, Maharaja. Maharani is Parashakti, Maharaja is Paramashiva. Avo Rajana Madvarasya, the Vedas say. He is the king. Krittivasa Mahadyutihi. And the one who is described as wearing the skin of an animal as his garment. He disappeared along with his ganas. He upcomes. Sagano Daivata Shreshta. That exalted Mahadeva, Devadeva Mahadeva. He is the god of all the devatas like Brahma, Vishnu and Indra. And he appeared with his ganas and he disappeared. And he mentions Krittivasa. So this Krittivasa again, one who is, one who is having the skin of an animal as his garment. So relating, connecting this topic to the Puranas talk about Mahadeva having the skin of the tiger as his garment, skin of the deer as his garment, sometimes the skin of the elephant as his garment, and also the skin of Narasimha, that is man lion, as his garment. So with that only Linga Purana gives an Upabrahmanam. By the way, Krittivasa is a word that comes in the Vedas, Taittiriya Samhita Krishna Yajurvedam, 1st canto, 8th chapter, 6th verse. Krittivasaha Eshade Rudrabhagas Tanjushasva Tenavasena Paro Mujavatoti Havya Vatadadanva Pinakahastaha Krittivasaha. I glorify that personality who is having the skin of an animal as his garment. That's what the Vedas also say. So keeping this, Shiva Mahapurana and Linga Purana, 96th chapter, 1st canto, 115th verse talks about Nrisimha Krittivasana, where Mahadeva appears as Sharabeshwara and destroys the Ahankara, ego of Narasimha, and then it mentions Nrisimha Krittivasana. That is, the skin of Narasimha was worn by Mahadeva as a garment. So Nrisimha Krittivasana comes here. And like that, Gaja Krittivasa, Dvipa Krittivasa. So these kind of things are also there. Elephant skin, tiger skin and deer skin. And also this Nrisimha Krittivasana comes in the Shiva Mahapurana, Shatarudra Samhita, 12th chapter, 36th verse. Nrisimha Krittivasana. So Mahadeva is wearing the skin of the man lion as his garment. So that's Mahadyutihi. He is the Maheshwara is of like unrivaled splendor. Infinite tejas is coming out of the body of Mahadeva. So that's what Mandavya Maharshi says. This Maheshwara granted me boons and he disappeared along with his associates and along with Parashakti Uma. And also, speaking of this, there is another Maharshi named Manduka Maharshi. So Manduka Maharshi, this reminds me, Manduka Maharshi is different Maharshi. But, Manduka Maharshi was the one who gave the Mandukya Upanishad, which talks about Shivam Advaitam, Shivo Advaito. The 7th verse and the 12th verse of the Mandukya Upanishad, it says Shivam Advaitam, Shivo Advaito. So the Shiva Vishishtadvaitam or Shiva Advaitam philosophy is explicitly stated in words in the Mandukya Upanishad. Shivam Advaitam, 7th verse, 12th verse, Shivo Advaito. It doesn't mean Advaitam, it's actually Vishishtadvaitam. So Vishishta plus Advaitam is Vishishtadvaitam. So in place of Vishishta you have Shiva. So that's why sometimes Nagalinga Garu says this philosophy is Shiva Vishishtadvaitam or Shivadvaitam or Vishishta Shivadvaitam or Vishishtadvaitam. So but this is explicitly stated in the Mandukya Upanishad. And also speaking of Rudram, every Anuvakam has, every mantra within every Anuvakam has a Devata and also the Rishi. So the Devata is always Mahadeva and the Rishis keep changing. The entire second Anuvakam, which contains 13 mantras, the Rishi is Manduka Maharshi. So that point to be noted. So and then proceeding, another Maharshi named Galava. Galava uvacha vishwamitrabhyanugnato hyaham pitaramagataha abraveen mam tato mata duhkita rudati brisham kaushikenaabhyanugnatam putram veda vibhushitam natata tarunam dantam pitatvam pashyate naga. So Galava Maharshi, his preceptor, his guru was Vishwamitra. So we saw Vishwamitra yesterday, how he described Lord Shiva. He attained the status of Brahmanatva by the grace of Mahadeva. He also says, what if, what is the use of studying all the scriptures and not having devotion for Maheshwara? So there is no point in, doing that. So the Tatparyam is Mahadeva. So ultimately one who Namo Veda Vida Manishinam Upasaniyaya Namo Namaha. One will come to the conclusion that Shiva Bhakti alone will lead me to liberation by reading all the scriptures. So what is the use of reading all the scriptures and not having Shiva Bhakti? Vishwamitra says that in Skanda Mahapurana. So Vishwamitra also glorifies Lord Shiva. We saw that yesterday. So here Galava Maharshi is described as the student of Vishwamitra. So after studying under Vishwamitra, he comes and then he comes back to home. So those days the brahmacharis, they study under the preceptor and they go back home to visit their mother and father. So here he comes back to visit his father, but his mother says, your father, is not able to see. You have come back, with acquired the Vedic knowledge from your preceptor Vishwamitra, and you're possessed of great youth and you have great tolerance, but your father is not there to see you, oh my son. And she says that to Galava Maharshi. And then Galava Maharshi, after hearing this, he is not able to take the words of his mother. And I have to get back my father. And then he does penance to Mahadeva. Niyatatma Mahadevam apashyam sobravicha mam pitamata cha tetvam cha putra mrityu vivarjitaha bhavishyata vishapkshipram drashtasi pitarakshaye anugnato bhagavata griham gatva yudhishtira apashyam pitaram tata ishti dritva vinih sritam upasprushya grihit vedmam kushamscha sharanakurun. So he was completely filled with despair after hearing the words of his mother, and then he decided to see his father, and then he adored, he worshipped Maheshwara with unflinching devotion, and then Maheshwara appeared in front of him, and then he know Mahadeva stays in the heart of all the living entities. Shrutis stuhishrutam kartasadam yuvanam vrikanna bhimam upahatna mugram devanagam kritagebhyo. And then he appears and then he says, oh Galava, I know what you have, what you're willing to ask for. So yourself and your mother and your father will be freed from death. I grant you this boon. And then you quickly enter your house, you will be able to see your father. Mahadeva says that. And then after that, he went into his home and he was surprised to see his father. And his father had it was like his father had completed his daily sacrifice. He has completed his yajna, and then he just walks in, and then he just looks at his father. So he was looking like he was with full blown youth. His father was, and then Galava Maharshi went and hugged his father and thanked Mahadeva. There is nothing that is impossible for Mahadeva. And then Dishtata Drishtosi me putra krita vidya ihagataha. And then his father says to Galava Maharshi, by the grace of Lord Shiva, I have, you have seen me. And also you have come back acquiring the knowledge from your Guru Vishwamitra. It's great to see you. His father says. So this also happens by the grace of Lord Shiva. His father comes back by the grace of Lord Shiva. So speaking of Galava Maharshi, he is mentioned in the Panchabrahma Upanishad. Panchaksharamayam shambhum parabrahma swarupinam nakaradi yakarantam nyatva panchaksharam japet. It says Panchaksharamayam shambhum parabrahma swarupinam. That Panchaksharam Nama Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, which represents Shambhu, Mahadeva, Shiva, is actually that Sakshat Parabrahman, the supreme reality. And it starts off with Nakaradi, Yakarantam. It ends with Ya. It starts with Na and ends with Ya. Nama Shivaya. Nyatva Panchaksharam Japet. So that mantra that starts with Na and ends with Ya should be repeated always. Panchabrahma Upanishad. This is given by Mahadeva himself to Galava Maharshi. And then he goes on to say, Sarvam Panchatmakam Vidyat Pancha Brahmatma Tatvataha Pancha Brahmatmikim Vidyam Yodite Bhakti Bhavitaha Sa Panchatmakatametya Vasade Panchadasvayam Eva Muktva Mahadevo Galavasya Mahatmanaha. Oh great soul Galava, this is the essence of Panchabrahma Upanishad. Mahadeva gives this, Kalarudra basically describes about Panchabrahma Maheshwara. So Galava Maharshi comes here. He comes in Mahabharata. We see that also he comes in the Upanishads. He receives the knowledge of Lord Shiva. So Sarvam Panchatmakam Vidyat. Everything revolves around that number 5. So one can refer my playlists in my channel. I have given 3 lectures on the importance of number 5, how it connects with the Vedas and Vedanta, how the Vedas and Upanishads also talk of the number 5, explicitly referring to Lord Shiva. One can refer that. So everything revolves around the number 5. That's what here Mahadeva says to Galava Maharshi in the Panchabrahma Upanishad. So like Sadyojata Vamadeva Aghora Tatpurusha Ishana. 5-phased. Mahadeva is also 5-phased. So like there are Panchabhuta Stalams. Ekambaranatha, Jambukeshwara, Tiruvannamalai Arunachaleshwara, Kalahastishwara, and then Chidambar Nataraja. So earth, water, fire, air and ether. And then the mantra that is representing Mahadeva is also 5. Namah Shivaya. Mahadeva is also said to have 5 faces, 5 beautiful faces. Saumya, Rupa. Everything revolves around the number 5. And then he finally says, he who studies Sa Panchatmakatametya Vasade Panchadasvayam. One who studies this Panchabrahma Upanishad with devotion attains the state, goes back to Maheshwara, attains the state of that 5 Brahmans. So he attains the Sarupyam of Lord Shiva. So Mahadeva gives that to Eva Muktva Mahadevo Galavasya Mahatmanaha. After blessing Galava Maharshi with this Panchabrahma Upanishad, he disappears from there. So Galava Maharshi is mentioned in the Upanishads also. So just want to bring that out.